Hello, everybody. We are talking June 2019 transits and Saturn Ketu, Mars Rahu conjunction that I've been talking about and saying that this is one of the most difficult months of the year. How to handle it, what to do about it. Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton, and we are talking about the planets in June 2019. So I think it's very important to understand when we are looking at these complex, difficult, tumultuous planets, that how are we going to deal with them? There is something about your personal chart, what dasha you're in, and most importantly, how you're going to handle these situations. And those things, it is not possible for me to see that. I'm giving you a general overview of what is going to happen and how to deal with them. So that if you are understanding and you've already been cautious and careful, then you are in a good position. Of course, if you have sun, moon, ascendant in either 24, 25 degrees of Sagittarius or opposite that in Gemini, then this transit is very heavy on you and very intense experience for you. But even then, being conscious and careful, and taking your time and allowing the transit to pass. You see, it is like if it is snowing outside or if there is a hailstorm outside, we would take precautions. We'd either carry an umbrella or a raincoat, or we'll wear woolen clothing for a snowstorm, or just stay at home. So when the planets are turbulent, then we don't have sometimes a ability to see how this situation will manifest or what is the end result of it. Therefore, all we can do is to be conscious and careful about it. So coming to the June planets, there are two distinct categories of planets. So we have Mercury goes into Gemini on 1st of June. So now it is with Mars and Rahu, and it is opposite to Saturn and Ketu. And it will be part of this big conjunction. So on 14th of June, Mars Rahu will conjunct, and because they are exactly opposite Saturn Ketu, they will oppose that. And this is generally regarded as a very tough combination. And for 2019, I would say this is the most complex transit of 2019. So this opposition, it's of frustration, of anger, of fighting, of aggression, and things can easily get out of control. So if somebody is trying to argue with you, or you want to argue with somebody, it's best not to do it. If you feel frustrated about things, then you are trying to understand astrology, then this is not the best time for those things to sort themselves out. Few days later, the planets release their energy and they get on with their normal job, and we are okay. But I'm just going to give you some of the dates that you need to be conscious of. And these dates are, so 14th is the big conjunction, Mars Rahu opposite Saturn Ketu. But we have, on 16th, Mercury will conjoin with Rahu. Mercury is already in Gemini, and it will be opposite Saturn Ketu. And then on 17th to 19th, Mercury will be with Mars. So these are very volatile energies. I'm advising everybody that from 10th to 20th of June, you are very cautious about any choices you make, any things you do. Now, it isn't without positive stuff next month. All month, most of the month, Venus and Jupiter are outside this conjunction. Jupiter is in Scorpio. He continues to remain outside and is on his own and not getting affected. Venus will be in Taurus for this month. So Venus is really quite positive and strong, but it will go into on 20th, sorry, not 20th, 28th of June, it will go into Gemini. So then Venus is tough. Venus and Sun, they are more involved with Rahu and eclipses in July. So that is sort of almost deferred to another time. So the energy around the 14th, which I've given you the dates already, that is the most disruptive energy of the month and of the year, really, that we have to be careful. And you'll see political situations, big upheavals, major kind of issues that can come up, and weather patterns, things that which you say nature has control over rather than we as individuals. So then another couple of days that you need to be really conscious of is that because this conjunction is taking place, when the moon goes over either Mars Rahu or Saturn Ketu, then those couple of days are, very sensitive points. So I'm just giving you those days, 4th to 5th of June, when moon is with Rahu, Mercury, and then 17th of June is a full moon, and then at the same time the full moon is with the Saturn Ketu. So that is not easy. 17th, 18th, you can say, and full moon as well. So what is there that those a few days when the moon is triggering these difficult transits as well? But as I said, that during this time when these transits are happening, then on a personal level, you are cautious, wise. The gurus are out of it. Jupiter, Venus, not involved in the transit. In fact, Venus is in full dignity. And for it can be giving a transit Malavya yoga for Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So, rather than negative, it's quite a positive transit, very, very positive. And Jupiter is opposite Venus in Scorpio. So the two gurus are there. They are protecting. That means your inner wisdom, your calmness, your, staying out of tough situations and also not generating tough situations for yourself. That is very important. Now, as far as the signs are concerned, the ones that are most affected are Aries and Scorpio, because Mars Rahu conjunction opposite Saturn Ketu. Of course, Gemini and Virgo, because Mercury is involved with this drama, although Mercury is in its own sign, but it is all with these planets, and Mercury gets very influenced. So Gemini, Virgo, but Gemini more so because it is in all this is happening in their house and in the 7th house. And then Sagittarius, I've been talking about Sagittarius, they're going through a little difficult time because Saturn Ketu are there, and then the Lagna Lord is in the 12th sign from themselves. And then Capricorn, Aquarius, out of which Capricorn is more affected because Saturn Ketu is in their 12th house. Aquarius is in the 11th house, plus Venus is giving very solid support till the end of the month. But, these times of disturbance, I've noticed them for so many years. I've been following, and I have found that when I have been very extra cautious about these energies and being aware of them, then I've done quite okay with them. And one of the things I find easy to do during this time is to work hard and, get all your projects done, get your things sorted out. However, sometimes, the mind is totally blocked and you're not able to do something. Even that is okay, because you recognize that you're living in troubled times, and you're just trying one day at a time to let the time pass, and keeping yourself occupied. And as far as spiritual remedies are concerned, you can do chanting, you can do some selfless work, social work, giving back to society, puja, mantra, prayer. So those are the things that are very helpful for you. And one final point I wanted to make is that not only this month, June, is disturbed, July, because it's the month of eclipses, has different set of challenges. And of course, throughout the month and right up to October, Saturn Ketu are together. So these are all complicated times, and so you all need to be cautious, careful, calm, and take things slowly. Don't expect things to quickly happen, and don't generate problems for yourself. All the best. Thank you very much. Check out my website and also my newsletter, where there is more information for you to read